Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Pop Culture Rewind. I'm your host Travis, joined once again by Xavier.
Hello.
And
Why do you always laugh at every time I say a greeting? Hello, yo, greetings.
Because they don't see the little hand sign. You're waving to the microphone. It's weird.
Oh, is that what it is? I always thought you laugh at what I say, and I'm like, I said hello.
Well, you do it a weird. Yeah, sometimes you do it kind of weird.
Oh, whatever.
Anyway, so on this episode, we're gonna do another commentary episode because
goody.
Yeah, these are fun to do.
These are fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and with Terminator Genisys is coming out, hitting theaters, and it's basically about to wipe off the whole Terminator franchise right off the map there.
Erased from existence.
Yeah.
I have a photo. I have a wallet, a picture of my wallet of Terminator, and it just disappeared.
Really? It's kind of fading away?
Yeah, when Terminator hit the theaters.
Well, then
little by little, first the head, then the body.
Yeah. Well, so before that totally disappears, I wanted to just have an episode where we're just kind of talking about Terminator, and I think the best way to do that is going back to the first movie, Terminator, 1984. Which introduced everybody to the whole concept of that whole franchise, and and let's see where it's kind of gone from there. And but we actually have the movie on Netflix because it's available right now for free. Everybody can go on there who has Netflix.
Yeah. If you don't own it, that's crazy. This movie's been around for over 30 years. Why don't you own it? But if you don't, it's on Netflix. Hey, you think they'll give us a plug for some money since we gave them an advertisement?
That'd be cool.
That'd be awesome.
They're not.
I don't think they make a lot of money.
Yeah, probably not. No,
I don't know anybody who has Netflix these days.
Mm-hmm, no. Well, there's one person that has, and they share it with 5 other people. So it's
one
for 5 ratio.
They gotta figure out how to fix that.
Yeah. Well, don't tell them about it. So anyway,
no, nobody does that. Okay.
So I think without further ado, you just want to
let's
hop
jump into
this.
this. Yeah.
So. Like I said, we're in Netflix right now. I'm looking at the Terminator screen, the little synopsis of it, and we're gonna hit here play, and
we're gonna hit play right now.
Okay, and
it's gonna be loading. Once the movie starts,
6:59, 99%. Okay, so now it's playing. Yeah,
that's the lion. That was a terrible lion, but
yeah, it was MGM, man. MGM.
There, I gave you 2 shitty lion roars to sync it up. If you haven't synced it up by now, then I can't do nothing for you, man. Orion, are they still around?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I associate Orion movies with the 80s.
I associate with Three Amigos. Because one for each other and all
that
for
is true.
Yeah. So every time I see that, I can hear the Three Amigos. The 3 brave amigos are we.
That's an awesome way to start off a Terminator
brother
commentary.
I was going to keep singing it until you cut me off. You cut me off very early, thank God. We are the 3.
All right, so okay, so it opens up Los Angeles, 2029.
There we go. Now, I've said this before in one of our the time travel podcasts, I think it was, that this fucking depiction of the future, how do I put it, scares the living shit out of me.
For lack of a better word.
Dude, this is now. You're looking at these miniatures and the effects. They're a little dated.
A little bit, yeah.
But when you're a little kid watching, look at these fucking skulls, man. They must have. They were on sale at the prop department on wholesale because James Cameron snagged up a bunch of skulls. They just litter the ground. They just decorate it with a lot of skulls in the future.
We have the ground with concrete or skulls. What do you want to do?
But what's crazy is it's not skeletons. It's not like a bunch of people just died.
Yeah, and
just fell on the floor and decomposed, and now they're skeletons. Well, it's just skulls.
Right here, we had the little
whatever. It's not. I was gonna call it the Star Wars scroll.
Of what's going on.
It's not the Star Wars scroll, but
but it's basically saying what's going on and what the plot.
Who doesn't know what the fuck's going on? With
now we don't. But look, in 1984, no one really knew.
Back when there would be words.
Yeah.
I remember lots of movies.
When people had to
When's
read?
the last time when's the last movie you saw that had a paragraph of words you had to read?
I don't know. I'm just getting a headache trying to think about reading.
Now we narrate. We have somebody narrate. Always in the future. I'm thinking of Days of Future Past. You have Patrick Stewart narrating what happens. You get a narrator, especially if you got Patrick Stewart on the cast.
Paul Winfield, Lieutenant Trexler.
He's badass.
Yeah. By the way, this is the opening scroll. I mean, the opening title sequence.
Dun, dun, dun. Okay.
Yeah.
Should we? Yeah. We have it really muted, but like, the music, the iconic Terminator score. I think it's become very iconic. They use it in almost every incarnation.
Oh, they have to. Yeah.
Brad fetal position. There we go. Brad Fetal.
Brad Fetal. Yeah.
Great piece of music. Great theme. Very iconic. Really holds up. 30 years later, I guess I can still sing it to you. But the fucking skulls, like, does Skynet like kill people and cut their heads off and then just like chunk them out in the field?
Well, have we ever
for
seen
like
the skulls?
morale? Like you're walking through at night and there's just heads littering the ground.
I mean,
like, do you think a year ago it was just full of heads?
I mean, that was a lot of skulls.
Just dead people's heads. That'd be scarier than skulls. Just a bunch of just heads laying around. Gail Ann Hurd, she's still producing a lot of
she's a
stuff.
producer of this. Yeah, I mean
James Cameron.
Yeah, but yeah, Gail Hurd she's killing it on Walking Dead.
Oh well, she's producing it.
Man, well, she's making money.
Yeah, okay, yeah, there you go. In that sense, yeah, she's not hurting for cash.
That's what I'm saying. She's killing it. Yeah.
And Fear the Walking Dead.
She can write on a ticket.
So we're brought to the present day 1984.
Right.
We should say May 19th, 1984.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Yeah, this movie has it's dated. It's clearly an 80s movie.
Definitely, yeah,
the style, the clothing, the haircuts.
We're going to get to that. And her roommate is personification of 80s.
There you go. 1984. I forgot it says that.
152.
Oh, it is in Los Angeles.
Yeah, there you go.
We were wondering. We act like we're Terminator experts. Where does it take place again? I'm pretty sure it was L.A. Their idea of time travel is kind of cool. It's no DeLorean. It's no phone booth. It's just 80s electricity. It's fucking.
And 80s electricity was everywhere.
Yeah, fucking. That's Big Trouble in Little China. You expect the 3 storms to
right?
just come flying down out of the city. And Jack Burton's like, what the hell? But here we're about to meet the titular Terminator. Now, I guess when I think of the Terminator time travel, I always imagine that sphere.
Okay, yeah. Then.
Now, in almost every other movie, you see this like a sphere just shows up, and they're standing in it.
And this one doesn't have it.
I thought it did, but I guess it doesn't. I guess that was they were saving money on effects, and here we meet a young Arnold Schwarzenegger. He almost looks like he almost looks like that synthetic skin right there. He kind of looked a little fake. Do you think they caked a little layer of makeup on him
possibly
to make his skin? Because he didn't look real. He almost looked like that was like a dummy. We should say the animatronics. The late great Stan Winston worked on this movie too.
Yeah.
This is just one more in a brilliant list of what that guy's worked. Now here we meet the punks. A young Bill Paxton works with James Cameron all the time. Mm-hmm. And the guy on the right there, that's Brian Thompson.
Right.
Who has been in a lot of cool movies. He's been in a few episodes of Buffy. He played a vampire and a demon. They brought him back to play 2 different characters in Buffy.
But he's been in a whole lot of
amongst many others. He was the bad guy in Cobra.
Yeah.
He was in Fright Night Part 2. Really cool actor. I always enjoy him and stuff.
But the guy on the left there, has he done anything else?
I do not know who that is.
Yeah.
He might have gone on to have a great career. I do not recognize him. But of course, these two actors right here.
Bill Paxton, that makeup.
Bill Paxton with the fucking tire tread makeup and just the spiky punk rock blue hair. Look at these punks. These are 80s punks.
And you can't remake that.
You can't. I'll agree with you and say you can't. You can try.
Yeah.
I don't think. So he punches right through a nigga, and then he pulls out.
His arm is covered in blood. I mean,
See, apparently Arnold pulls out. Apparently he should have done that when he was hanging out with his maid.
Ooh,
too soon. How old's the kid? He's like in high school. So the famous "Your clothes, give them to me." That becomes, we see that again.
Right.
That's almost as cliche as "Come with me if you want to live" as part of the whole Terminator franchise. So Terminator, doggy, you gotta believe that dog's long dead. Anyway, so okay, that electricity I just noticed, it was in the shape of a sphere. We didn't, for like a split second, you saw it. But yeah, it's all just 80s cheap effect electricity. There is no spheres in this first movie. I guess T2 is the one that introduced that. It's been a while since I
did notice it was like a black hole.
Yeah, it was like a hole with electricity coming out of it, but we didn't really see it. So, poor Kyle Reese, he pops up like 20 feet in the air.
Right? There's a ground elevation issue in the future.
That was that's a bad way to time travel. He doesn't make time traveling look fun.
No, he doesn't. No.
But here we meet our hero, one of the heroes, I guess, Michael Biehn. Another guy who's worked with James Cameron multiple times. He's Aliens, The Abyss. This is his first time working with Michael Biehn. First of a few. Mm-hmm. Cool guy. I like him. I like him in pretty much anything I ever see him in.
Yeah.
The Rock, Tombstone. I'm never disappointed with this actor.
I'm at least going to give it a shot if it's Michael Biehn.
Yeah. And he's all scarred up. I wonder if they're going to do that with the new kid. They probably will. But yeah, shows up naked in the air, and these cops got a problem.
Yeah.
With guys without shirts or something.
Well, see, as soon as they pulled in, they already had the lights going. So I'm thinking maybe the electricity lights. Maybe someone saw that and they came to check it out.
I guess, yeah. But this guy's just running them down because
he didn't have a shirt.
Like maybe he thought that he saw him pulling his pants up. Maybe he thought like that bum was giving him a blowy.
Yeah.
For like $10, so he can buy.
This is 84.
Prostitution.
Dude.
Yeah. That bum could have been giving him a handy or something, or giving him a blowjay, because he was literally pulling his pants up. I mean, I gotta admit, if that's the first thing I see a dude doing in an alley at 3 a.m. or whatever time it is,
it was 1:52 a.m.
I'm thinking there's blowjays going on. So yeah, this cop is running down. Poor Kyle Reese. Like, you show up, bam, you smack the pavement, and you're naked, and the very first thing is the cop's running you down. And he's having no fun in the future. This should be like, oh my god, I'm in 84. There's no machines trying to kill me. This is awesome. No, man, he's not having any fun. He doesn't even know what year. He doesn't even know if it worked. What year?
Yeah, actually, his first line was the same line that Sam Worthington says in Salvation. There's a lot of callbacks to this movie in Salvation, but
yeah. And in the whole franchise.
Yeah.
Come with me if you want to live. Like I just said,
yeah,
everybody says they say it in part 2. They say it in the Genisys. They say it all the time. Come with me if you don't want paint on your clothes. Community takes that line. How did he get into this department store? I missed it.
He just busted open the door.
He just kicks the door open because he's a badass.
I thought he shot it, didn't he?
He didn't have a gun.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Reese? He's just got jeans. He's fucking John McClane, man. He didn't even have shoes.
Yeah, he's got a gun. He took the cop's gun.
He did?
See, look at
He shot the... Oh, damn. I'm totally lost.
We get carried away in our conversation.
Yeah. I'm not even paying attention. Why did he get... I don't know. So he jacks his overcoat, and he jacks a sweet pair of Nikes.
Nikes
with some fancy engine writing.
Those old Marketsons.
Now, I've seen that little bit he does. I've seen a little in the trailer of the new one, the new kid in Genisys. He does that. He puts the shoes up to his feet, which I gotta admit, I was like, that's cool. For somebody like me who remembers the little details, that he like just does a quick size check. Mm-hmm. That seems like it's a little fan service. Like, maybe the makers of Genisys actually have seen this movie. I don't know,
You're giving way too much credit. Right?
Yeah. We might be shit on Genisys. In case you haven't heard, I'm not on board with it.
I'm morbidly curious about it, so I want to see it.
Yes, I'm gonna see it. It's a Terminator movie. Of course I'm gonna see it. But my big issue with Genisys is that it's rebooting the whole franchise. And it's like, why?
Yeah.
I get that Days of Future Past was trying to clean up the mess of the last couple movies. But this movie, Terminator, and Terminator 2, these are perfect movies. Why do you want to erase them from the board, from history, and say that they never happened? They happened. It did happen. I'm watching it happen. You can't tell me it didn't happen. In 30 years, it's going to be like those Holocaust deniers, and I'm going to be like, no, it really did happen. I don't believe Terminator ever happened. Maybe not all that, but...
But apparently Genisys is the start of a new trilogy. So...
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
But make another trilogy... Continuing, make it in the future, make it all in the. Or you know what? Or start from scratch. Just reboot it with new characters, but they're clearly using footage. It exists in the same universe as this exact movie.
Right. That's the whole idea of this movie. Is they're altering what happened in the first movie.
Exactly, and erasing it from existence. And check it out.
From existence.
This dude's got to use a phone book to find somebody. There's no Google in 1984, kids.
Yeah.
And here we meet our heroine.
Heroine,
yeah. She's not a big... I mean, Sarah Connor, like I said, is one of the great action heroines of pop culture.
Yeah, definitely.
In this movie, she's not as much. She's kind of like just a regular person who gets thrust in an extraordinary situation and comes out on top. She's a little John McClane in this. Dang, what's up with me and the John McClane metaphors?
Because he's awesome.
Because he's awesome. He is, yeah. That's the highest compliment if I compare you to John McClane.
Right.
So she's a waitress, and for the longest time, I never knew how old Sarah Connor was supposed to be in this movie.
All right, well, check this out. 19 years old.
Yeah.
And here's how we figure this out.
Because it says right there, 1984? No, we knew that.
No. In Terminator 2, yeah.
Oh, look, hold on really quick, though. Let's just soak in...
Punk Rock Terminator?
Punk Rock Terminator, yeah, dude. It's 84, dude. When you think of the Terminator, you think of black leather jacket, black shirt, black shoe, white pants, Cadillac, all that. But look at him, man. He's
What'd you call him earlier? John Bender?
John Bender.
The John Bender Terminator?
The John Bender Terminator with the gray coat, the fingerless gloves.
Fingerless gloves, you said Bender, Casey Jones?
Yeah.
Terminator.
That's a sign of badassery.
Right.
Okay, we see her as a waitress with a shitty job. Like,
well,
this scene pisses me off because like the customers are all assholes.
Well, that's the thing I was going to ask you. Is like, is this so bad because she's a bad waitress, or because they're such assholes, or is it a combination of both?
I think it might be a bit of. She's like, "Who's got the burly beef?" And the guy's like, "I ordered the so and so." And she goes, "Okay, well, who had the burly beef?" Like, answer my first question. But then that bitch in the corner is like, "I'm ready to order," when she has 3 plates in her hand.
Yeah.
And then this little faggot, this little kid just puts ice cream in whatever. So,
and then the asshole guy is like, I should give you the tip.
Yeah, nice going, kid. Yeah. I think this is to show that she's got like a shitty life, a pathetic life. She's insignificant. She doesn't matter. Little she knows, she's about to give birth to the savior of the human race. She's fucking Mary.
Okay. Real quick, in Terminator 2, the doctor... Earl Bowen,
Dr. Silverman.
Yeah, Silverman.
Dr. Silverman.
He says
the knee. Yeah,
he says that she's 29 years old. Well, if she's 29, John Connor's 10 years old in that movie.
Okay, so she's 19.
There you go, 19.
Okay, I'll buy a 19-year-old waitress. Really quick, this gun store owner is a great Dick Miller.
Yes.
Great character actor. Mm-hmm. He was in Gremlins, Mr. Futterman. So many good movies. Shows up all the time. He's in Killbots. Again, gets killed by these killer AI robots. So that's like this guy's bread and butter.
The Uzi 9mm.
The Uzi 9mm. Remember, he asked for a plasma rifle. He's like, just what I got, pal.
Like the Terminator.
The Terminator. Well, I guess he doesn't realize that hasn't been invented yet. He's only a smartest artificial intelligence in the world. He doesn't know plasma rifles probably won't be invented for a while.
Who puts the bullets like up on the counter? Right? I don't know.
There's a sale on bullets, and he wants to.
Yeah.
He wants to move the bullets. This gets referenced in
Salvation.
Salvation. Sam Worthington pulls this. Apparently,
he
learns this trick.
Yeah, he learns
from Sam Worthington to tie it around your arm,
Mm-hmm.
like a magic trick or whatever the fuck he does. Anton Yelchin, I think, is how you pronounce that cast. He plays a young
Yelkin.
Yelkin.
I
don't know how to say it. He plays a young Kyle Reese in part 4.
Right.
But again, Kyle Reese sporting the gray coat, just like the Terminator. A lot of gray. You tend to think of Terminator in all black, but he was. He just throws the guy away.
Old Elmer over there.
Yeah, and he's still got to. I think they say like there was like the records. There was no records in the future, so the Terminator just knew her name.
Yeah.
Apparently, doesn't know her middle name. She's got Ann Connor, Jay Connor, Sarah Connor, big wheels. Little kid with a big wheel, and. Now, this is something it took me 30 years. He just ran over an 18-wheeler.
Right.
In about an hour or so, he gets ran
over.
Come on. Terminator. 30 years spoiler. He gets run over by an 18-wheeler.
Yeah, he does.
So there's a little bit of foreshadowing.
There is.
Yeah, full circle. It all comes around. Goes around, comes around. Do. So first up on the list is Sarah Connor.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that jacket. Look at the studs.
Right.
All the fucking... But who's going to run up in Arnold and say you look silly? In that jacket. Sarah Connor. Yes. Don't worry. She's safe. There's a chain there. Oh, shit. Right. And he would have missed if it wasn't for that laser.
Mm-hmm.
Boom. He's thorough.
Right. Give him that.
Yeah. Double tap. It looks like a quintuple tap. To the head. Oh, look at the 80s back when you could smoke in the kitchen.
Right.
That shit would fly right now.
Don't be expecting that in the Genisys.
But doesn't it take place in the 80s?
What?
Genisys takes place in the same time period.
Yeah.
Do you think they're going to throw the smoking in just to really take you there?
No.
No, right? Why not? They should.
They should.
If they're trying to portray an accurate picture of the 80s, man, throw a bunch of fucking cigarettes in there.
This is PG-13, buddy.
They
can't.
But it's cigarette. I mean, I don't smoke. I fucking hate people who smoke. I'm sorry, I do.
No, it'd be vapor smoking.
Yeah, fuck yeah. There you go. Jen McCarthy's gonna be there with her little, with Brad Dourif smoking a fucking blue cigarette or whatever the fuck those guys are doing these days. Or vapors. You're right. Oh,
yeah.
God, I fucking hate seeing people with those gigantic ass.
Yeah. This is weird.
But know. The point is, I don't smoke cigarettes. I think they're gross. But they're a good prop for a character. They can show that a character
We're going to see
bad.
that here in a minute, too.
They can show that a character's shitty. Like, this is just a stupid character. It's a good... it's a good tool for visual storytelling. You give a character a cigarette. He's a bad guy. He's European. He's whatever.
All right, so we got Kyle Reese kind of dozing off, having another flashback dream here.
Yeah, again with these I told you, man, they got those on wholesale. A lot of fucking skulls in
all
this
right,
movie.
let me ask you this. Okay, because this is 2029, right? Mm-hmm. Salvation, that takes place in 2018. So in 11 years...
Did they say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So in 11... Because, Salvation, it wasn't so bad. They got... It's kind of desolate, but they still have somewhat resemblance of a... Something, of
a military.
Yeah.
They got submarines. Yeah. And they got fighter jets.
Yeah.
They got fighter jets. We have an Air Force still in Salvation, yeah.
And so do you think, it's an 11 years difference between that and
I can see that, though. I mean, when you think of how efficient Terminators are at wiping us out and killing us. I mean, they don't need to eat or sleep. They can just send drones out 24 hours a day. I think 11 years is more than enough time to wipe us out. I could buy that.
It is such. It seems to.
I think seeing this first, and then going to see Salvation, I think that's a step backward. Is boring. Like, you show me this really awesome future, and then you show me one that's not quite as awesome.
That looks really dated, by the way.
Yeah, and when I say awesome, I mean horrible. Okay, awful. You show me this really awful future. Like, oh my god, the stakes are so high, and then you show me one that's not quite so bad.
Yeah,
it's
pretty bad, but it's not.
Yeah.
This is horrifying.
this is scary. No, actually, it's not even this part. It's when he goes back to his base. That's the part that scares the shit out of me.
Yeah.
This little kid, Reese ain't got time to bleed, and this girl ain't got time to duck. Was that a chick?
Yeah.
I always thought it was a chick.
Yeah.
Okay. So, that's clearly a miniature.
Yeah.
And that's fine. That's...
And I want to...
Visual effects weren't what they are today, so miniatures were the way to go.
And even then, you got a lot of future stuff here, but then you also, in Terminator 2, Judgment Day... there's a big opening futuristic battle scene in that movie
with Terminator robots marching through the field.
That shit holds up, man.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
Man, go back and watch it now. It's still beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. It's cleaner than this.
It's a lot cleaner.
This is very gritty and shadowy and all that. That one, the robots and the visual effects look so good. It was so well lit. Like, we want you to see every detail of this. Here, it's almost like they're trying to hide the details,
right? Yeah,
because it doesn't look great. That was kind of like a Road Warrior kind of a the cars basically just an engine with a frame around it. Yeah. Again, another post-apocalyptic movie where cars are just barely running.
Yeah, that radio commercial. It says we got compact laser discs.
Is that what it said?
Yeah, 1984. I mean,
those have been around for a long time. Just only yuppies could buy them back
right,
in the 80s.
Yeah. Hey, a punch bug. I just saw one.
Sorry, I had to punch you. Actually, you should have punched me.
Yeah.
Those headphones that went around your head that fall down, apparently. Hey, she's wearing a Justin's shirt. I never noticed that. Jesus, look at all those 80s products. Fucking curler, like a big old bin.
Dude, I had
to put your curlers in. You had one of those?
I had older sisters that I seen those in the bathrooms.
I remember. I think my mom had one of those when I was a little kid. It was just a giant thing. Then you stack all your curlers in them.
Yeah,
that's crazy because women curled their hair.
The fact that we know what that is.
Yeah. But I mean, I was a little kid.
It's a product of the time.
Yeah, it was just a product of the time. You watch this now, you're like, what's that giant fucking thing sitting on her side? Oh, here we meet Slider, Mr. Rick Rossovich. Who was the Iceman, Val Kilmer's Rio in Top Gun.
Yeah,
a lot of people know him from that. A lot of people know him from this. A few other things. He was in Roxanne. I like this dude. I like him in this movie. I
just like him as Slider. He
takes a big gamble because it just goes hello, and he just gets raunchy. Mm-hmm. First, I'm gonna rip the buttons off your blouse, but he had a 50-50 chance. So he goes for it. He's like, I'll take those odds. I'll risk verbally molesting the roommate.
All right, here we go.
Mr. Paul Winfield. He's not even. Then we meet Mr. Lance Henriksen. Two badasses.
Yeah,
dude, these are good characters, dude.
Oh, definitely.
They could have just been cops, whatever. But they inject little bits of personality in these guys that just make you remember them. I guess is the best one. They're memorable.
Yeah.
I guess is the best compliment I can give to these stock characters. Mm-hmm. is that there some little tidbits that they do here and there. But Paul Winfield, he's kind of lazy. He's a little bored.
Yeah,
I guess is the best way to describe him.
Like he's, I mean, like he just.
What do you got for me?
Yeah, he's like, what do you got? You know, so he's just like another file, another case. Let me have it. You know?
Yeah. Now I might be a little biased with Lance Anderson, the guy on the right. Again, he was in Aliens as well. James Cameron, like a lot of great direct. Okay, can we just stop and appreciate the 80s-ness
of the scene
of these women, of the hair, of the clothes, of the jewelry, of just the posing they just did.
Yeah,
this girl could be playing bass for Gem and the Holograms. she looks.
You mean the new movie they're about to come out with?
No.
Okay.
Fuck that movie, dude. God, I wish I didn't make that joke because now we got to talk about that new Gem and the Holograms. Okay, yeah. But there was a time, man, when that was considered the epitome of hotness. Mm-hmm. That look, that dress, that hair was considered that was gorgeousness and gorgeosity made flesh. Sarah Connor's got a lizard. Okay, like I'll buy that. She keeps a.
It's basically this is saying she's kind of lame.
Yeah, is that what they're doing? Because I was thinking it's kind of random. Like, let's give her a lizard for a pet and then just not talk about it. Was that? I mean, that wasn't a thing in the 80s. I don't know. It just seemed kind of random. Like, and it's never brought up again ever. That maybe she has an affinity for weird animals, or maybe she thinks lizards are cool, or she just likes the color green. Like, it's never brought up the fact that she had a pet iguana before all the shit hit the fan. If that's an iguana, I don't even know. I'm not. But like even that Sadie, the tie dye shirt, those really high mom jeans.
Mm-hmm, yeah. That hair.
Let me ask you something. Boom, Rick Rossovich.
Is that the question?
No, yeah. My question is, how awesome is Rick Rossovich? The answer is infinitely. But Linda Hamilton. Let's talk about Linda Hamilton for a minute.
Sure.
What do you think of Linda Hamilton?
Okay. I never saw her as like a hot chick. I don't know.
I mean, she's not really supposed to be considered hot in this movie. It's not what the character's about.
But just in general, like.
But I mean, after this movie, when I first heard of her, I bought her as an action hero, as an average,
yes,
as an average woman thrown in extraordinary circumstances. She's supposed to be considered very average.
Okay.
Because it's like Die Hard. She's just an average Joe. Fuck, what? Dang, I got to get out of this Die Hard kick. Who's thrown in these extraordinary circumstances. So they're really playing up that she's.
It's like Die Hard.
She just got stood up by her boyfriend.
Yeah.
You know, if she was a big babe, her boyfriend wouldn't have stood her up.
Right.
But after this movie and she made it big, she was always getting cast as like Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Opposite Ron Perlman, and I was like, her. Like, really? Okay, I guess so.
Even when I'm the same way on that one. It's like her. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to be mean spirited and just say like I don't think Linda Hamilton's hot.
But it's not about her looks. It's about she's an action star. She's an action hero.
Yeah, she kind of decided to take that route. Now, I say route.
Well, I don't give a shit what you say.
Well, I'm not a boot to start saying route. So here we are back with the cops again.
Give me shit about saying premise.
I don't think that. I think you could go. I think that's a potato. You could say either one. Whatever. Nobody fucking says premise, bro.
Whatever. Okay.
I love this part. Give me a cigarette.
Yeah. And
he's got the cigarette. See, just little details that make you remember these guys. 30 years later, man, I remember that little gag. Give me a cigarette. He's got a cigarette in his hand. It makes them memorable. Just a little quickie throwaway line. Fooled you. You're talking to a machine. I always remember that. I always thought she's fucking listening to her headphones while they're
yeah. 80s dude, I'm telling you.
Would that piss you off?
A little bit, yeah.
If you're going to town if you're trying to make sex on her.
But at the same time, you're still doing it, so.
You're still I guess so. But man, she's really all about hey, he snapped a Zippo open. So you know he's cool. Mm-hmm. Again, like, it's 80s. Everybody's fucking smoking cigarettes. Because it's just, I mean, this was just a sign of the times. If you do a movie now and you take place in the 80s, having everybody smoke cigarettes is a good way of reminding you, hey, this is 80s. Mm-hmm. You know? So for that reason, I think I want them to throw a bunch of cigarettes in because it's a good tool for storytelling. She goes out and has dinner by herself because back in the day, you couldn't afford an apartment by yourself. Seems like everybody just, you put an ad out. I need a roommate.
So the guy's smoking too. Like all these guys smoking.
It's my roommate's nice to have an apartment, so I'm gonna just get out of your hair. Is the bartender got a fucking cigarette in his hair and behind his ear? Mm-hmm. Damn, there's a lot of cigarettes in this. But because it's an 80s movie, it just blends in the background. It's just part of the scenery. So right now she's realizing 2 women named Sarah Connor have been killed today. That would kind of fuck with you.
Yeah.
If 2 people with my fucking name, Sarah Connor, it's like, John Smith got killed today. I can buy a coincidence. It's a common name.
There's 2 guys named John Doe got killed today.
two men named John Doe were killed today. Their names have not been released. Wait a minute. So this is the 3rd time.
And now she realizes that there's only 3. There's already...
This movie taught me that it's okay to tear pages out of a phone book.
I learned that from Back to the Future.
But this came out first.
Which one did you watch first?
I don't remember.
Let me ask you this: did you watch? Okay, when I was growing up, I didn't have access to this movie when I was. Granted, when this movie came out, I was only 4 years old, so I wouldn't have watched it when it first came out. Anyways,
probably not.
I watched Terminator 2 first.
Oh no, I know. I saw this one first.
You saw this one first?
I did see this one first. Yeah.
And then as soon as I saw Terminator 2, I went back and watched Terminator 1.
That's what I'm saying. The future depicted this movie that we're going to see in a little bit specifically scared the living shit out of me because I was a little kid.
Okay.
And like if I was Terminator 2 came out in 92, if I was like 12, 13 and I saw this, I would just be like, "Whoa, that's fucked up."
Yeah.
But I was a little kid and it hit me like that is scary as fuck. We'll get to that in a little minute because there's some specific. It's the imagery. That's why I don't want to say it because the images will speak.
All right, so now she's
seeing.
Okay, we kind of passed up a couple of things. She's starting to freak out because she's heard the news. Now
$4.50. That's some cheap cover.
Yeah, and then she's kind of going in the club to kind of hide out, whatever.
Yeah. Yes, you feel safer in a club than on the streets.
Yeah, because
I'll buy that for $1.
Yeah,
or for $4.50.
Right. But I think she saw Kyle Reese like following her.
Yeah, she thinks the guy's following her.
Yeah.
There's some more beautiful ladies imagery. Just the music, that hair, that dance, everything about that woman on the left right there, screaming 80s.
Tech noir.
Tech noir. Yeah,
that's just
disco tech noir, and got a payphone right in the middle of a bar.
I'm going out to the discotheque.
Club, whatever. I guess this is the club. A little drinking, a little dancing. This is a good Friday night at Tech Noir.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did she just put a quarter in that?
Yeah.
She did because it was $4.50, so she got 2 quarters change. Yeah. I'm all about
Hey, you can count.
Yeah, I can count. But aren't 911 calls free?
Yeah.
Okay, so was that a mistake?
Probably.
This movie's got a couple. Every movie back in the day, it's got little flubs.
But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. But movies
we don't need to.
I literally have a book.
We can move on to the next.
I got a book. It's called Film Flubs.
Yeah.
It's just a book full of in this movie. If you'll notice this frame, if you notice this frame, I had a book of that. And again with those freaking headphones, man. Ooh, look at those. Those are calves like calzone.
Those are some nice calves.
Yeah. She takes that fucking thing everywhere. She really likes her Walkman.
Yeah. That big ass Walkman.
Yeah, that thing is strapped around her shoulder. It's got a shoulder strap on it.
Like a freaking backpack, man.
We can't hear it, but I remember this little. And you could barely hear it in the movie. You could hear it like muffled. But that's right. I was like, they're lingering on her making a sandwich for a long time. I forgot that she got the lizard.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking okay. So Terminator's killed 2. He's on to number 3.
But didn't the cops try to reach out to her?
Yeah, right? The fucking cops, Lance Sanders, I think we're talking over it. Oh, dude, he punched the pillow. He punched through a pillow. Dude, you see the feather? I don't think I've ever noticed that. But he hit the pillow, but he hit it so hard, he tore through the fabric. That's fucking hardcore. Back in the day, a dude could get away with wearing underwear like that and it not be silly. Oh, I just talked through my favorite line, maybe the whole movie, where Rick Wasserich picks up that lamp and goes, "Don't make me bust you up, man." It's just great. It's great delivery. Again, it makes him memorable.
And now he's dead.
And that sucks. Nobody likes to see Rick Rossovich die.
Yeah, everybody dies in this movie.
Everybody dies in this movie, pretty much. Everybody cool. Pretty much, boom.
So anyway, yeah, the cops called her. She didn't answer.
Right.
And then...
is that when, or is that coming up where Paul Winfield's like, he fastens his tie. He goes, I'm going to try and get on the news tonight.
They've already done all that.
Okay, he goes, I'm going to get on the news.
She was at the bar. She was at the pizza place eating a pizza, and that's when she saw on the news.
Oh, that was the news segment he did? Yeah. I thought that was just the reporters doing it. Okay, all right, fine. There you go. I'll buy that. Okay, and then now Sarah Connor's calling and be like, hey, Ginger? Yeah. Ginger, I'm at Tech Noir.
Ginger, no.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, so she says over the answer machine where she is. But, why? Okay, the cops called her house. Mm-hmm. They know her address. Everybody in the city knows her address because she's in the phone book.
Right.
Why didn't the cops send a black and white over to her house?
Right? Too much work, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, he doesn't say send a black and white. He says, I'm going to get on the news and see if we can get her to come to us.
Yeah, that thing escalated quickly.
He's doing the numbers 555. Every movie in the 80s.
Right.
So, Terminator here doing a little sleuthing.
Mm-hmm. He's got protocols. He's got protocols to follow. And this, I guess, is
like he's got her whereabouts. He knows where she's at. But just in case he fails, let me get a picture. Let me get her address book.
Well, he found a photo ID. So yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So right. Well, you know what? You're right. He that's probably what he was looking for anyway. Because he knows where she is. He still doesn't know what she looks like. So there you go. You're right. Fuck. You and the Terminator are both smarter than me. I'd make a shitty Terminator. So okay, she's like, I'm at a club.
Look at this lieutenant dude, still being cool as shit. With
she's like, I'm at a club called Tech Noir. He goes, I know that place. It's on Pico. Yeah. Like, can you imagine this dude goes there on his off nights? He's a regular there. He walks in. They're like, Norm. They all know him there. I'm picturing Paul Winfield doing that '80s dance to this music right here, dancing like a chick like that. Yeah, it's Terminator. He's at the club now.
I like it because there's no word. Like, no one's saying anything right now. It's just the music. It's just something about the scene.
You like that song?
No, it's just
oh, I love that. You didn't pay. And the bouncer, he just breaks every bone in his hand. That bouncer wasn't on PCP because he felt it. Mm-hmm. So, I'm surprised no dudes are going up and talking to her. There's a chick sitting there, clearly fragile, by herself.
That's how unattractive she is.
That's how fucking unattractive she is. Oh, look at that. Like, she knocked a bottle over, so she had to bend over and pick it up. And the Terminator missed her. Like, a little thing like that changed the course of humankind. A fucking butterfly wing flapped and knocked that bottle over.
Fate, man.
And now,
there's no fate. What you make for yourself? She didn't knock the thing over.
And now there's, like, tsunamis in China or something. I never really understood that phrase.
No one does.
So she and now Ashton Kutcher is like, I know arms or something because that bottle fell on the floor, right? Do I understand that correctly? So at the same time, I think they both just ID'd her.
Yeah.
I think they both, like Michael Biehn looks up from the mirror and sees her and just look at everybody danced the same in the 80s.
Red pants, black shirt, white jacket. God damn.
White hat, Cadillac. Everybody danced the same in the 80s. They're all doing the white man overbite.
Yeah.
Kind of dance. It's a shame we're not doing the video podcast because I'm rocking it. Yeah. So he's got an eye on... Okay, he's identified her already, I think. Because he's been following her.
Right.
He's been laying in wait because he's waiting for the Terminator to show up.
Yeah.
Because he's
basically using her for bait.
That's a risky move, dude.
Yeah.
It's all right on her. He's risking his whole mission on that when you think about it. That's a gamble. That's a gambit.
I never thought about that. Yeah, but he's using her for bait.
He really is, yeah. Because apparently he knows that's her. He followed her into the club.
And he's watching her the whole time.
He was watching her when she pulled away on her little motorcycle. So yeah, he's had an eye on her for like the last couple hours. But he's been waiting for the Terminator to show up and kill her. Like, if it wasn't for that bottle falling down, the Terminator probably would have killed her, and he would have been like, damn it! Next time, when I go back in time.
He's too fascinated with the fact that he's in a bar or in a club.
Holy shit, you can just buy alcohol? I used to make this in a toilet.
What's alcohol?
No, I bet they make that shit in toilet like prisoners.
Yeah.
Fucking, he's grown up on hooch and shit. So Terminator's tearing shit up with his Uzi 9mm. She gets knocked. Innocent bystanders. Oh no! Fucking reloads was standing right over her, like dragging it out.
Don't move.
She's like, "Oh no, I'm about to die." Hold on 1 second. Oh shit!
Come with me if you want to live. Okay, there's your iconic first time.
Great line, man.
Yeah.
Straight line. I mean, what do you say to a dude who walks up to you and says that to you? Come with me if you want to live.
First,
no. You can't. I mean, that's your first instinct, but I want to live.
Right.
Wait a second. I don't know. It's a good line. Sticks out.
And she actually plays this role very well. Like, who to trust? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, her reactions are legit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it also behooved Michael Biehn to wait for the Terminator. Because now he saved her life, so now she kind of trusts him a little bit. Like
if he just walked,
he's
up
the
to
lesser
her,
of two evils. In the second, she doesn't know this guy from Adam. She doesn't know shit about him, but she know he tried to stop a guy who tried to kill her.
Yeah.
So she's like, okay, I'll buy that. I'll stick with you as opposed to the fucking giant Australian man who's trying to punch me to death in a minute here. So he kind of, like, you can't trust this guy. He's got no eyebrows.
They got singed off in that thick fire they went through.
Yeah, it took me a long time to realize why he.
Because I always knew there's something off about him.
He looked a little off.
Yeah, I couldn't place it.
I don't think that was a good decision to do that. It made him look kind of funny. But so she's okay. She'll buy that Michael Bihn's trying to save her. So
sort of. Then he starts talking. He starts
until he opens his mouth.
Yeah.
And it's like, that guy's a fucking robot, and she's like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, he looks a little weird. Maybe it's, so I might not have. If this movie has one flaw, it was the no eyebrow bit. I love how he beats people up with, like, just pay no mind. Like the guy who crushed his hand, he didn't even turn back and look at him.
Why would he?
Why would he? Yeah, he just threw that guy. Doesn't turn. He just doesn't.
And
care.
let's talk about Arnold's portrayal right here. I mean, he's playing it up like a fucking robot.
He was born to play this role.
Like a robot, yeah.
Yeah, because Arnold at the time was pretty much just a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
He hadn't had much experience as an actor.
This is after Conan, right? Or the same year as Conan.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that movie, he was just cast for his arms and his pecs.
Right.
You buy him when you see it. I mean, there's no actors who looked like Arnold Schwarzenegger did back in the day. This is fucking Mr. Universe here, dude.
Right.
And we get a little shot of how ridiculously built he is in the beginning, but that's about it. The rest of the movie, he's got his coats on and shit. But because do you
understand?
Do you understand? Even like just the shape of his skull looks like a robot almost. Because no, humans aren't built that way. He's got that monotone. I mean, that's Arnold acting, but it sounds like robotic.
Yeah.
He was great at this. Way better than O.J. Simpson would have been.
Oh God, yeah.
Who this is a bit of trivia I've been hearing my whole life, was originally cast, and like they did promotion photos. Like he didn't just was in talks. I mean, he was cast in this movie before at the last minute they just decided.
The problem was he was too nice looking.
That's what it was, I think. Yeah, little they knew. Well, we're never gonna buy this guy trying to kill the white woman. Come on, get out of here.
You're joshing me, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is where we see his voice changing gimmick.
Yeah, that's it. Again, that's a little staple of the franchise.
Yeah.
The Terminators can do anything.
What's wrong with Wolfie? I can hear him barking.
There you go. Nicely done. So he's blowing her mind.
Yeah, like he's going off on all these facts and everything. She's like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Yeah, and he's in hindsight, he might have just lied until he can calm her down, or until she can catch a breath, and he can calmly explain this. But he's just throwing all this crazy shit at her. Her adrenaline's flowing, her blood's pumping a mile a minute, and then you hit her with, "It's a robot!" What? Like, on top of everything, it's a fucking robot trying to kill you!
Do you understand?
Do you understand? Like, he's yelling at her, and it's like, you can't blame her for not buying it.
Don't talk unless I tell you to.
Don't make a sound unless I tell you to. It's a robot. Don't make a sound unless I tell you to. Yeah, I don't blame her. Reese is
he's a bit crazy right here.
But you know what? He's from a crazy future where you gotta kill to survive. He doesn't have social skills.
Like, he's all survival mode right here.
Yeah, he's not a guy with probably very good social skills. The idea of a person not realizing what a Terminator is probably sounds crazy to him. His whole life he's known what Terminators are, pretty much. So the fact that a person is like, whoa, slow your roll there, Chief. Yeah. Terminators. He probably can't wrap. He probably can't wrap his mind around it.
Yeah. Like, to him, this is just his everyday life.
Yeah. This is a Tuesday for him.
Right. And she's over. Yeah.
So he's still at length explaining. It's part man, part machine, all cop. Flesh, skin, hair, bad breath. He's breaking it all down. And
okay, we got to ditch his car.
Car. Yeah, there's a big hole in the fucking windshield.
Right. Yeah,
that is illegal.
Yeah, we don't want holes in windshields. But...
So, and he's again. He keeps hitting her with this information, and she's
over here like almost laughing at him. Like, what? Yeah.
And it doesn't really matter. Like, she doesn't need to know that this is a very high grade version of a Terminator. He's like, the old ones had rubber skin, and those are the bad ones. Those are hard to spot, but these ones are hard to spot. He doesn't need to go into all detail, but he's doing it anyways. Right. I think he's losing her a little bit. Are you saying he's from the future? She's still not buying it. Right here, he calms down a little bit. And I think he starts...
All right, right here. So you're from the future too, huh?
Yeah. They stop the car, they calm down. I think she... Well, I was about to say I think she's buying it, but she's biting it, apparently.
Well, she's going to verify that she thinks that he's from the future. So
I think she thinks he's
crazy.
I still think she thinks he's crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But you can't. The Terminator's out there. Wait, he can't be bargained with. He can't be reasoned with. He doesn't feel pity, or remorse, or fear. He absolutely will not stop ever. Till you are dead. I know it's boring hearing me talk about the movie, but that line, that delivery, all that was like, I think that's what sold it. I think the intensity of that performance right there. Can you stop it? Like, okay, like Ben, that sold her. I was thinking, like, at one point, does she accept it? And it was that bit.
She wouldn't have. Yeah, she shouldn't have. Well, unless she's just trying to, because she knows she can't escape because he just grabs her. So maybe she's just going along with it right now.
You think she's playing him?
Maybe.
I don't know, man. I think he was so earnest and intense, and in that scene. I think she bought it. I think he sold her, dude. I think he sold her on that scene. Plus, she kind of wants to fuck him.
Okay.
There's that. We should say, there's a little sexual. I mean, they don't have the time to address it, but right off the bat, she's like, she's biting his hand, but she's kind of having.
This is the most attention she's gotten.
Yeah, right. She just got stood up on a date tonight, and when she had her hand in his mouth, she started thinking about what else is this dude she wants to put in her mouth.
Right.
I mean, look at there's cops patrolling this, and she's being sneaky with him. She's following around. She could be like, "Hey, I'm here," but she's not. She's sneaking around with him. So yeah, I think she's on board. At the very least, I think she accepts the guy's trying to kill her and this guy's trying to save her.
At the very least.
At the very least, yeah. But even if she didn't buy robots... So anyway, but look, she's like, why me? Why does it want me? Now she's starting to ask the questions that matter. Mm-hmm. The questions that, So Kyle Reese, he starts breaking down a little bit more detail. This is not just for her; it's for our benefit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, this is some exposition.
Because look, if this is 1984 in your movie theater, you're over here like crouched over your seat, like watching. You're at the edge of your seat. Like,
yeah, we've seen two scenes in the future, but yeah, what caused it? And this is where he starts talking about nuclear war and AI.
This is exposition you need.
Robots took over. Yeah, it's not unnecessary. So this is good writing. This is a really good script.
Like to us, we don't need all this, but
they wrote it. Yeah, I mean now we know this so much, but this is a pretty strong script. The exposition,
and this is all everything he's saying that goes forward for the whole franchise,
pretty much.
Well, now until
now. Apparently Skynet and all that happens, doesn't it?
I don't fuck.
Well, I haven't seen this new one yet, but whatever the fuck, who cares? So, because this new movie is like I said, it's a big retcon of this new movie. It's not the first time this franchise gets retconned though. Back in was it the early 2000s? I think the TV show, the Terminator, the Sarah Connor Chronicles, kind of erases Rise of the Machines Part 3. That was called
a little bit
Part 3. No, well it does retcon. It does erase Rise of the Machines and say movies 3 and 4 never happened. We're taking off. We're Part 2 in it. Kind of like Superman Returns. Mm-hmm. Superman 3 and 4 never happened. Superman Returns takes place right after Superman 2. Sarah Connor Chronicles take place right after Terminator 2 because they jump ahead. The pilot episode of that show, John Connor's, his mom Sarah Connor, and Summer Glau's robot.
Yeah,
I forget her name. They jump ahead 10 years because the show starts in the 90s.
Right,
and that's how they get to have a teenage John Connor in the early 2000s.
Right.
It also practically works for the story.
Yeah.
To update, to make it exist in our time.
Right.
Because if they tried to take it from the timeline of this movie, John Connor would have been like in his 20s by the time this show was going on. But as a kid, he's much more vulnerable. The stakes are higher because they're trying to hunt a kid. So yeah, they kept him as a kid for the show. I like that show. I think that show.
I like the first season was really good. The second season, for me personally, it just kind of went off kilter too much for me. But
Yeah.
I want to revisit it. I want to go back and revisit that one.
Yeah, me too. I think it got a lot right, and I think they kept the tone. Dirty word. He said a dirty word. I think that show got a lot right. Kyle Reese is sort of in it here and there. He's a big presence in the show. His brother becomes a main character.
All right, right here, I wanted to point out, like, this was a thing. Like, this is something that Arnold and James Cameron came up with, like the shark eyes. Like
He doesn't blink.
The Terminator is like machine. So how's machine kind of the same way a shark kind of goes back and forth and looks. That's what they said, anyways. So
what does that say? To care and protect.
To care and to protect.
When you said shark eyes, I just thought he doesn't blink.
Yeah.
Which is
right
there. He didn't blink.
Yeah.
So when you think about it,
he just kind of scans the area. That's what he's doing. He's just kind of scanning.
So when you think about it, though, Arnold Schwarzenegger got there years before Anthony Hopkins did it in Silence of the Lambs, because everybody talks about Silence of the Lambs that Hannibal Lecter doesn't blink. Mm-hmm. He's so creepy he never blinks. When you think about it, as an actor, Arnold Schwarzenegger got there first. He beat Sir Anthony Hopkins, who won an Oscar, to the punch. So if it wasn't for Arnold, Anthony Hopkins we'd have no Hannibal Lecter. Just throwing that out there. If that didn't happen, whatever. So, wait a minute. They swapped cars, right?
Right.
They do. Yeah, because that car has a big old hole right there in the windshield. I thought
where he punched the other one.
Yeah, I thought that's where he punched the other one. Okay, but they did switch cars. He just happened to shoot.
I think it's a shotgun blast, I think. Because the back windshield.
Wouldn't it have been like a spattering of... Oh, whatever, fine, that's a shotgun.
I don't know.
Wouldn't it be funny if, like, when they were sneaking around, like, they walk around the whole parking lot and just come all the way back to the exact same car? He's like, this one is unlocked. What luck. Oh my god, it's already been hot-wired. It's my lucky day. It's the first bit of luck I've had since I got to this timeline.
Your timeline sucks, by the way.
Yeah, as soon as I show up, a cop's chasing me, finally. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Alright, so the Terminator's chasing him in a cop car, but the cops are chasing him too. So, okay, yeah, that shotgun is making just big-ass holes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not a ballistic expert, but every time I see shotgun holes, I always imagine, like, the spattering of, like, 12 buckshot or something.
Right.
But, like I said, what do I know about bullets and shit?
Bam.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is where Terminator gets all fucked up.
Yeah.
With the eye scene and everything. It's going to be coming up in a while. Okay. So, all right.
See, right here, okay, to your point, she stops him from getting out.
If she didn't trust him, she'd be like, fucking go.
Yeah.
And get gunned down like fucking Sonny Corleone.
You can take him. Go ahead.
Guns don't exist in this timeline. You have the only one. Yeah, so the cops are after... Well, I mean, I guess they're just chasing a speeding car. I mean, yeah, because they're arresting her. They don't realize she's Sarah Connor.
That goes back to what I was saying
earlier. Look right there. Dedicated to serve.
What?
It fucking changed. And that looks like a sticker.
It does look like a sticker.
I don't know. I just remember that was always that the thing on his car changed. I don't know. It's not even a big deal. Mistakes happened back in the day.
Yeah.
I guess, they know she's Sarah Connor now, so now she's in, like, protective custody, if you will.
Right.
But Reese, I guess because they can't ID him and because he's spouting crazy shit. Again, he would have been better off not spouting the crazy shit.
Yeah.
Not to her, not to the cops. But what else does he know? That's all he knows.
Yeah, he doesn't know deception. He doesn't know, like, how to play it cool, things like that. Yeah, like I said before, he's survival mode. He's just doing what he's supposed to do.
He doesn't.
He's a soldier.
He doesn't realize how crazy he comes off.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Oh, Ginger. Oh, that's right.
Ginger.
Okay, here's
right.
Earl Bjorn, who's also a link between all three movies.
Earl Bowen.
Bjorn.
Bjorn. Where are you getting
Bowen? Bjorn. I was watching Hobbit today, so I said Bjorn. Criminal psychologist. He couldn't be less psyched to be here.
Right? Yeah.
He is so fucking bored.
Little does he know that's gonna make his career.
He could make a career out of this shit, right? Yeah. Okay, now this scene coming up. This is a little bit more of Stan Winston's magic.
I think this is kind of a highlight for, like, his Stan Winston, like, early day work.
As far as iconic imagery of shit he created, everybody remembers this. But would you say it holds up?
It doesn't hold up.
Yeah, This,
like for the time, yeah.
Yeah, he wouldn't put this on a highlight reel as far as, like, check out what I can. If he's applying for a job,
Well, no,
he's like, hey,
gonna
I want you to design T-Rexes.
No,
What have you
you're
done
gonna
in the
say,
past? He's going to show you the robots.
You're going to say, look like I knew in 1984.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah, he's got... Okay, because some of this stuff is really cool.
Yeah.
Some of this stuff kind of holds up. I mean, that looks kind of cool, I guess.
Was this already his hideout before?
I think he just found a room.
Because there's having to be a scalpel or X-Acto knife on the table.
You know, you know what? I never even thought.
There's a whole bunch of like different.
No shit, right? Is this like a hospital that he broke into or something?
No, it's a hotel. It's like a little apartment building or whatever.
God, you know what? I'm drawing a blank, dude. I don't know why there's all these. Look at that. Yeah, he's got a whole pile of tools. He's got a little Luke Skywalker going on right here.
Oh no, he did kill. He had this place because the guy that was in that apartment, he's dead because later on the apartment manager comes out and says there's a smell coming out of the room because the guy was dead.
Oh, that's this room.
Yeah.
Okay, that was not made clear to me. Okay, all right. Okay, I'll buy that.
I remember that, and we're gonna see that here later on.
But where did all the tools come from?
Maybe we already had them. I don't know.
He just bought the. Yeah, he went to like a Sears and Roebuck before he shows up here just in case I need some tools for later. So, fucking beeper. He's just rude, man. Turn that beeper. Put it on silent. Did beepers have silent modes in 1984?
Beeper.
Pager? I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. So... Lance Anderson's just having a ball.
Yeah.
He's just having ray guns. He's just having a ball with this shit.
This is the first time he's forced to say something. Hey, shut up.
Yeah.
We're going to see that again later on.
He's kind of a dick to Lance Anderson.
But I like it.
It's funny.
It's a good buddy cop thing.
Yeah.
It's a little mini...
These dudes could have a spin-off.
It's a mini buddy cop, yeah.
I would watch a movie with those two cops.
But you can't because they're dead.
But you can't because they're dead. So again, this is a good scene. But it's also a good way to give some exposition without it feeling clunky and forced.
Yeah.
You know, he's literally trying to save his own ass. He's trying to save Sarah Connor's ass by trying to sell them on this idea. But it's a good way. He's explaining, you know, we'd won and they had already sent a Terminator back. He's given us useful exposition, but it doesn't feel forced.
And he's only hurting him because the more shit he says, the more
he's making himself sound crazier.
Yeah.
But again, this is good writing. This is how you do fucking exposition.
Yeah,
it's one of the big pet peeves when I watch movies and somebody's like, "Oh, are you talking about the so and so device that happens to do?" I hate that shit. This is how you do it. You know, screenwriters should watch this movie.
All right, here's the.
So he fucks up his eye, cuts his eye out. Now, when I was a kid, I said I watched this movie a lot as a kid, but like that's clearly fake, and that's clearly real. It jumps back and forth between real and fake. I recorded this off TV. Of local TV, and that was the copy I had for years. I mean, obviously, you know, I got older, I bought the DVD, and now I'm very familiar with this version too, but for many, many, many years, I saw this movie so many times with a TV version. And just there's little snippets of film, a second here, a scene there, and this was cut down very much.
I would imagine so, yeah.
Yeah, because it looks
now that looks fake. That doesn't hold up at all.
That, yeah. Of all the fake robot Arnold heads we've seen, you know, like the one in Total Recall, where he's like pulling the thing out of his nose. I don't know why I put my own finger on my nose to illustrate it, but that's clearly a fake Arnold head.
Yeah.
Or where the fake woman, the 2 weeks, and that and the head comes off and builds back up.
Right.
It does that over another fake Arnold head. Might have been the same fake Arnold.
I like how he checks his hair.
That's funny. Yeah. So why does he keep the guns under the bed? Like, someone shows up.
Where do you get the clothes from?
Where do you get that leather jacket from? Where do you get the sunglasses from? Whatever. He stole it.
It's the guy that lives.
The guy lives there was like a biker.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a shitty.
Because he got a motorcycle too. So yeah. Wow.
Did he get that motorcycle from the dude? We've seen him just jack cars like it's nobody's business.
I don't know. Whatever.
Look at those mom jeans. Fucking mom jeans, man. Like
you mean Guess jeans?
They are Guess jeans. I did notice that patch earlier. They got that little triangle on there.
2 points for y'all if you know who Guess jeans are.
You'd pay an extra $30 for that little triangular patch, man.
My sisters did.
I did, dude.
Did you? Yeah.
I had my own share of Guess jeans. I had a lot of Jabot pants, Cavaricis.
I knew I had a friend that had a Cavarici pair.
Did you ever have any cross colors?
No.
That was more gangsta, I think. yeah, this is where now there's some life in this fucking psychiatrist dude. Now he's like having some fun with it.
Yeah.
He's like, I can make a career out of this dude.
Yeah.
Which he goes on to do in the later films.
But this is where we talk about we learn about Skynet and this and that and
Yeah, again, this was a really good device to give some really useful exposition, dude. I can't.
It wasn't the same scene. It was different, but it's like spattered out.
Yeah,
throughout.
I'm beating a dead horse here, but it's like we get a full future history, if you will. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't slow the movie down at all.
No, it doesn't. No,
yeah. So I mean, I've said this like 3 times already, man. They wrote a good script.
And being in his role, he's like, he's owning it. You know?
Yeah, like with that intensity I had to do earlier, I had to stop the commentary, just act it out.
Right.
So let go of me. Click. I don't know why that always stands out in my head. Fucking VCR. Pause it.
So okay, is Reese crazy?
In technical terminology, I think he's a loon. So this is when they start to
some kind of body armor.
She starts doubting Reese.
Yeah.
Psychiatrists always called him crazy. They're giving her some logical solutions to how Arnold managed to take a shotgun to the chest. Mm-hmm. How he managed to punch his hand clear through a windshield.
He's probably on
Lance Henderson
PCP,
here
too.
says, yeah, dude's probably on PCP. He could break everybody's hand.
You see the scar?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Again, you're kind of being a dick.
Yeah.
To Lance Henderson.
Not the PCB story again. Come on, get out of here.
Get out of here with it. Again with the PCB story.
Your stupid scars. Nobody cares.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think again, she's very fickle. Like she's all on board with Reese, and now she's all on board with the cops.
Well, the cops are safe. Like she
doesn't want to believe it.
Yeah, exactly. Uh-huh. So when the psychiatrist and the police are all saying this guy's crazy, whatever, she's like, okay, fine.
She'll rationalize, and yeah, you're right. You're probably right. She's not. I'm being a little hard on her, and I do like her as a character.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
she's a great character. I don't mean to give her shit. And again, just the butterfly wings. What if Ashton Kutcher didn't page him at the time, and he did see the Terminator and everything like that? So Arnold's like, "Can I see Sarah Connor? She's my friend." Cop's like, "You can't see her right now. You can have a seat." And this is where history is about to be made right here, we should say.
Yeah, right here.
Is this the first time?
Yeah.
This is the first time Arnold ever utters 3 little words, I'll be back. And the world was never the same. It wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, we're being a little bit dramatic about it, but no, man. We don't need to tell you how iconic those terms are. That's probably in like AFI's list of greatest quotes all time.
And that was not the final version of that phrase. It was originally going to be like, I will be back, or I will come back. It was never, I'll be back. That was just something that they...
I don't know why it works. It's hard. I mean, I've heard him say that line so many times. I listen to it now, but I don't know what made him decide, in my next movie I'm going to say it again.
Yeah.
And in my next movie I'm going to say it again. I'd love to... I'm sure there's probably some interview where somebody asks him, trace I'll be back and give us the oral history of I'll be back. And I would love to watch that interview because I'm interested. This is when we racks up a bit of a body count.
A little bit.
Arnold
kills the whole fucking police force.
Yeah, Arnold is taking names right here. Actually, he's not because he doesn't give a shit who he's killing.
No, he doesn't care about names.
He's systematically...
The only name he cares about is Sarah Connor.
Sarah Connor. Yeah. Yes. Oh, that was good timing right there. It sounded like I blew that door open. Yeah, again, and I remember in my little cable TV, local TV VHS, that was not in there. I don't think. This scene took like 2 minutes long. They really toned down just because it's just violence.
I love how he's getting shot. He's just doesn't phase him.
Yeah, that had to been like a shotgun or something because all these cops have got like 38s and shit. So now she's about to yo-yo again. Maybe Reese isn't crazy. Maybe, she doesn't know what to think.
Do you blame her though? I mean,
no, I don't. Yeah. Like I said, I'm giving her shit, but check out those fucking Nikes,
right,
man. Those are. If you're gonna cosplay, that is like the most important thing of Kyle Reese is to get the right Nike, because those things get. They had to have paid for product placement because there's more than a couple good close-ups of those shoes.
Well, apparently that's a thing for James Cameron. He likes to do like close-ups of shoes.
Of shoes?
Yeah.
I know. I know Quentin Tarantino loves. That guy loves. That guy probably has paid many hookers to fuck their feet. Quentin really loves feet. I've never noticed if James Cameron does it. I
God damn, that dude flew, man.
That's something I'll have to look into next time I see his movie. Those magazines, the clips taped together so you can just flip one. Mm-hmm. I've never seen any movie do that except Die Hard 2. And I'm like, that's a cool idea. Why don't more movies ever have to do that? Why didn't that just become a staple of action movies?
Makes him an efficient killing machine.
He's very efficient. Makes him a more efficient killer.
Yeah.
Oh. Schwarzenegger's like, you ruined my coat. Hey! And dude, both of them, just like that.
Yeah. God damn.
Yeah, so we lose.
So much for the buddy cop thing.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's all getting retconned, so none of this ever happened. So, I think Paul Winfield died, though.
Yeah, I think
Lance Henderson is still around. He can do it.
No, you can't.
You know what? Fucking CGI. You could just fucking CGI. Get Andy Serkis to play Paul Winfield in it, and you can make that buddy cop happen. I'll totally. You got my $10, right? If you tell me that Lance Henderson and Andy Serkis as a CGI Paul Winfield are doing a buddy cop movie, dude, I'll see that on opening night.
All right, so now she's back with Reese here.
So she's got clearly she trusted the cops. Maybe not the best idea. That idea went up in flames, and
literally,
yeah. Oh, so yeah, Terminator's like, oh, no more. Literally, like there's nobody left to kill.
He was looking around already,
but he hasn't killed Sarah Connor yet. So I'm out of ammo. Does he? He hasn't chased him here, right? He gets on his bike, but they get away right here. Because look at him. He's walking,
hot-footing.
He's taking a leisurely pace. Yeah, okay, they fade out. So yeah, they get away legit right here.
Yeah.
But running on empty.
Because we're about to get to another flashback scene, I believe.
The flashback scene, to me, the one that stands out best in my memory, the one I used to wake up as a kid in a cold sweat thinking about. Man, I'm telling you, this thing that haunts my dreams. Fortunately, they stole a car that had a first aid kit and a flashlight in the back. I mean, every car should have that.
It's feasible.
Every car should have that. But do you have one?
First aid kit? No.
Okay, neither do I. Do you have a flashlight in the back?
No.
Yeah, neither do I. See. But you know, you really should.
My phone is a flashlight, man. Fuck.
Yeah, I have an app for first aid. Yeah, when you think about it, everybody's got a fucking flashlight. But everybody should carry one in their trunk.
Hey, do you think this is?
You understand?
Is this the first time that there's been like machines taking over?
This is my first memory of the idea. And, you know, we've seen Matrix does it, you know, Sentinel's taking over, fucking Cybermen, if you will. There's a lot of that in pulp culture. Machines taking over. It's almost like a staple.
Well, Battlestar Galactica.
Battlestar Galactica, that's
Cylons,
a good one. Cylons, yeah. That's a trope of sci-fi. You know, machines take over.
There's a writer of some Outer Limits episodes that kind of did the same thing. He actually sued James Cameron for plagiarism because he said that he was basically stole his ideas about some episodes that he did.
Did he successfully sue him? Okay.
They settled out of court. Yeah. Because James Cameron said that he was just trying to get money because he was successful, pretty much.
Yeah. Like I heard he had a nightmare or something about just the image of a robot killer, and he wrote the whole idea around just that imagery.
Ooh, there's a 1966 Doctor Who episode, The War Machines. They're attempting to seize control of the post office tower.
Are they Cybermen?
This is the Wotan?
The Wu-Tang Clan?
Wu-Tang Clan? What?
The Wu-Tang Clan are taking over the world?
Wow.
Holy shit. RZA's killing people. But yeah, like robots take over. This is my first... You know, I'm sure there's many sci-fi writers and things like that who tackled this, like you said, Twilight Zone or what was it, Outer Limits. Mm-hmm. But personally, this was my first.
This is the end all be all
concept of an AI taking over and killing people.
Like, who doesn't joke about Skynet? Google, Skynet, all this.
Siri,
Siri.
Siri's like one step away from becoming Skynet and shit.
Yeah,
like, I think if you ask Siri, if you ask your iPhone, do you know Skynet? Oh. She says something funny.
Really?
Like a joke.
Yeah.
You should,
but anyway,
if you have an iPhone right now, fucking ask it if she knows Skynet. She was also ask Siri to what is 0 divided by 0, and she's gonna be pretty mean and insulting.
Something about why you don't have any friends.
She hurt my feelings. Yeah. That's something fun to do. There's probably a lot of shit. that you can ask Siri.
But anyway, going back to my point, Skynet. Like you say Skynet, you know what that is.
Exactly. Yeah. The term Skynet is a big thing in our pop culture.
Yeah. And I'm sure there's people actually think that that's a possibility we're getting to pretty soon because all the phones and everything going on, and we've advanced a lot since 1984.
For real, dude. Like, can you imagine this movie taking place today if she had an iPhone in her pocket? You know, all this, I need to find a payphone to call a cop and all this kind of stuff. And where are you, Sarah? They would have tracked her phone. They would have just GPS'd her phone. Right. She would have just, oh my God, she's watching the news. She probably would have got a ding because her Google search is set for Sarah Connor. Yeah. Or whenever Sarah Connor's trending on Twitter, she's got an app for that. Or other people watching the news would have been texting her, hey, Sarah Connor, hey, Sarah, have you been seeing the news? This is shit like that. I mean, there's just a million ways this movie would have gone differently if it's taking place in 2015.
Well, maybe we'll get that in Genisys.
But that takes place in the 80s.
Maybe we'll get in Genisys.
Doesn't it?
It will, but I don't know.
Because there's that scene where
I'm kind of being a smartass.
Okay, but there's that scene where this Terminator shows up, so it clearly takes place May 19th, 1984.
Right.
So Daenerys, Emilia Clarke, is playing Sarah as a 19-year-old.
I don't know,
because she's not 19. She doesn't look old, but she doesn't look 19. Granted, Linda Hamilton does look.
Maybe
19
we should have watched Genisys before we did this recording.
Yeah, but then there's the whole thing of having watched Genisys. You know, there's that to contend with. I'm gonna see the movie. I'm not gonna be lined up opening day.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let plus I hate crowds.
Yeah, people.
Yeah, you hate people, but I love gatherings. I'm kind of like Randall. Yeah. Yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait for it to die down a bit. Maybe if I start hearing some positive. James Cameron himself,
has
come out.
You showed me that link.
He put out. There's a little video on YouTube. He apparently watched the movie and he has some good things.
He endorses it.
He enjoyed it, but devil's advocate. You think he's the right person? Because maybe he's just psyched to see somebody take his creative property that they love it so much that someone else ran with it, and he could just sit back and enjoy it. He doesn't have to deal with the pressures of sitting there and writing it and directing it. He can just be like, hey, check this out. Somebody took my story and ran with it, and maybe he's just like
successful in a good way.
This is just so amusing. This is so funny and enjoyable to me. Maybe he's
he could have bad feelings from Salvation because that didn't work out so well.
Yeah, like maybe this is the best of the three.
Apparently, McG went to James Cameron and asked for advice and things like that, and he gave him some ideas that it still didn't pan out. So
did he tell him to not go by McG?
Yeah, no, right.
Did he tell him that's stupid?
Yeah.
But whatever. James Cameron seems to be on board. Okay, that's something to ponder.
Yeah.
James Cameron said this is a good movie. Are you pondering what I'm pondering? I think so. But what if Orion Pictures paid him off to say this? Orion doesn't exist anymore. Who is producing this? Who owns it now?
Dude, they change every movie.
Yeah, right. I don't even know who owns it.
Well, here's this.
But it doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay, we're. So he's back. Like I said, all that war. That's horrible. Mm-hmm. The floor is littered with skulls. That's horrible. But none of that hit me as hard as this. Like, that's a war zone. We got soldiers off fighting Afghanistan. That's a war zone.
Right.
But they still get to come home to a wife and kids and a cushy bed and TiVo and all that kind of shit. This is what he comes home to.
Yeah.
This is where he gets to hang his hat and relax and chill out. And this is terrible.
Yeah.
So that's what makes it hit. Look at these children are dirty. Everybody's just perpetually dirty. And there's a couple things coming up right here, and they literally are using campfires. This woman looks like she's fucking dying. She looks like she has the plague from the movie Cyborg. All they eat is like
slop.
Is like really rancid oatmeal. This right here, these kids are watching they're watching fire in the TV, and that's their entertainment. They don't have Netflix. They don't even have a functioning TV. They're just watching fire. And there's a woman. There's just like moaning going on, and it's just depressing as hell. And this was sad. And this is their home. This guy's probably hunting rats for dinner, or something.
I think he is. I think they should. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. They're like, woohoo! Like we're gonna have a feast tonight.
Right? Yeah.
We're gonna have a feast. Este carne, este rata, like Demolition Man. We're gonna have rat burgers for dinner. and all he's got, his only comfort is this tattered photo that he stares at probably every day. Just this was sad, dude. This depressed the hell out of me.
And then the dogs.
And then the fucking dogs. He shoots the dogs. I think we hear like.
Yeah.
Which
that's the one thing we didn't point out. Like the dogs can.
The dogs are really good at sniffing out Terminator.
They can tell. That's when you hear dogs barking. That's
that kind of becomes a little thing throughout the series too. I know they talk about it in part 2.
1 and 2 for sure. I don't know if it goes on in.
I don't think it does because I think by that post-apocalyptic. Well, this is very post-apocalyptic, and they still got dogs. But Salvation and Machines or whatever. I don't think they ever. Well, there's a scene in Rise of Machines where they're in a vet's office, right? Are there dogs going crazy at it?
Yeah. You're right.
I don't remember if there are dogs going crazy or if they're just going crazy because there's gunfire going on. I don't remember that scene too well. Rise of Machines isn't a bad movie.
I always like the image of that picture, like
the bubbling up. This image, dude, of he's completely backlit,
dude,
but just the eyes, dude. That's great, dude. That again, that also haunted me as a little kid. That's scary. And then the bubbling photo.
Just the machine. I mean, just the killer with the machine gun and then the eyes.
Yeah. He's got that Jesse Ventura,
right?
He's got the Blaine minigun, but it's lasers, or plasma rifles, whatever. Fucking So I guess that was like a dream she had, but she's got a very accurate. I don't know. Whatever.
I thought he was like just explaining to her, and she fell asleep as he was talking to her.
He's an amazing storyteller because he got those details down pat. So yeah, she there's a scene where she's like patch up his wounds. He's like, that's good field dressing, sort of hinting that she's going to become this great warrior. She even says like, I'm not this great warrior.
I didn't ask for this.
I didn't ask for this. I don't want this. And he gives her the prepared speech that John had me memorized. And, no fate, all that stuff. That again kind of becomes a running thing in the.
God damn! Look at that.
Yeah. Jesus. I like to
see the flies on his face because this is where the guy's saying, "Hey, what's that smell?" Because he killed.
And you know why I forgot this? Because this is not in my.
Yeah, you got a dead cat in there or something. Yeah.
This is not in my VHS copy.
Oh well, there you go.
Of the landlord guy bringing, you got the rand.
Oh, I like this. Like this little.
Yeah, that's probably why they took it all out.
Yeah,
because fuck you, asshole. Fuck you, asshole. Is it a hotel?
Maybe it's a cleaner. I don't know what the fuck.
But I do like the flies. Because I guess are they implying that his flesh is is rotting or something, or is it that he's just unaware or is there flies in the room because of the dead body, and because he's a robot, he's unaware flies are on his face?
Maybe.
I think it's a good distraction from the bad animatronic. you start looking at the flies and you stop not noticing the bad.
You can't not notice that bad animation.
I don't know. Maybe if 1 out of 100 people don't notice it, they're like, "Hey, it worked." 1 out of 100. This dog right here is James Cameron's dog, Wolfie.
Speaking of James Cameron, he was actually the voice on Sarah the date that stood her up on the voice machine. That's his,
for real?
That's his voice.
Oh, but apparently his dog named Wolfie. Hey Janelle,
yeah,
what's wrong with Wolfie? I can hear him barking. That line's not funny, but in my head, it's Arnold saying that line with Eddie Furlong's voice. That scene makes me laugh. Hey, Janelle. Anyways, it always makes me laugh when you see a Terminator talking in a different voice. Hotel room with the kitchen. I don't know if that was a rare thing in the 80s or not, but he's going to go out and get some supplies. He's got a big old wad of cash. They never say where he got it. I'm kind of curious because obviously he didn't get in the police station, or maybe he found it in the police station, but he's been with her the whole time. He's like, is this enough? And he's got this like mad money in his hand. I'm curious where he would have gotten that money. Again, that's a deleted scene I'd like to see.
That's not the same trench coat he had as earlier.
No, I think he took it from the car. This one's
maybe it was
darker.
Maybe it was in the pocket.
Yeah, that's a Pico. Yeah, that's pretty. And again, he says, "Don't call anybody, or even don't call anybody. Don't tell anybody where we are."
The very next scene.
She's talking to her mom.
Or at least she thinks she's talking to her.
Or is she?
Yeah.
I guess Terminator. How did he fucking? Oh, he took her address book.
Yeah.
So Terminator takes the address
big protocols, man.
Yeah, there you go. And she says exactly where she is and exactly her room number, the address of the fucking place. The bed is on the right-hand side. The door sticks a little when you try and kick it open, just in case, Mom. I mean, she gives her everything. I love you too, sweetheart. I mean, why? And it even looks like they're like, maybe she's a little apprehensive. Like, was that the right thing to do? No. Give me your address there. So yeah, Sarah Connor just shit the bed and kind of got Kyle Reese. Whatever, I don't know. But yeah, you don't fucked up now. Okay, so he's buying
plastic.
Yeah, apparently he can watch A-Team in the future because he knows how to make or MacGyver, take your pick. So he knows how to make bombs from Bisquick or something. Just homemade bombs, homemade dynamite, I guess is what they're building.
Yeah,
I think he calls it plastique, but are they plastic explosives? I don't know. Doesn't really matter.
He says plastique.
He calls it plastique. So he's starting Sarah Connor on her path of being a badass. You know, he's like nice field dressing.
Look at her. She's like barely like learning how to,
teaching her how to make bombs. You know, she eventually takes it upon herself and learns a lot more shit. But Kyle Reese, he put her on the path. Mm-hmm. He taught her that she was strong, if you will, that she was able to learn all that shit. This is a good relationship these two characters have. I buy it.
Can you see? And I hate to keep going back to Salvation, but since there's so much tie-in, can you see the Kyle Reese in that movie becoming this Kyle Reese?
The Anton.
Yeah. Can you picture him turning into this version of Kyle Reese?
I don't know what it is about that kid. I just never. I don't know. He's just something about. Yeah. Something about I want to punch his face. I say that a lot. But everything
he's got the face you want to punch.
Something about, I don't know what it is, and it's totally irrational, and I can't back it up. I got no basis for this, but some actors you just never buy them. We're like, oh, it's this guy again. You know, in Star Trek, in Alpha Dog, Fright Night. The guy's been in a lot of movies. This kid, and the thing is, I really love Michael Biehn. I really love Kyle Reese. So he was backed up. He had his back against the wall, taking on that role, anyways. And yeah, they kind of. He's not that much of a badass.
Yeah.
They don't even hint at that he has like potential. I don't think. It's been a while since I've watched.
Like the one thing I didn't know, like I couldn't figure out in Salvation is why did he, when they said John Connor was number 2 on their target list, and John's like, who's number 1? And he said this Kyle Reese guy. So why is Kyle Reese already a number 1 target for Skynet?
Like, how did they learn?
Yeah,
that he went back.
Yeah, like why would he be a target? Because right now he's nobody.
When you think about it, what's happening right here? Them two in a hotel, all that stuff, is part of the continuity of Salvation.
Right.
So, like they said, we had no records of John Connor and everything because their records he wasn't. But this is time travel shit.
Right. Yeah.
But do they have records that they sent a Terminator back and that Kyle Reese got sent back?
They wouldn't because the humans hijacked it, or they stole the machine. They stole the machine, or whatever.
But if oh no, I've gone cross-eyed. You know what? Now's not the time to sit and we could let's get a whiteboard and a dry eraser and start doing line. I'm sure there's probably some people who have tried to figure this out, but I'm sure it's an infinite loop. But if they didn't do this, would this have even happened? And the only reason this happened is because you did this, but they did this because that happened. And it
just seems weird. It seems like easy.
It's a vicious cycle. I eat because I'm unhappy, and I'm unhappy because I eat. So
time travel movies are stupid. Why would we do this?
But let's just try not to think about it and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
That goes for you too. I'll just buy that they know Kyle Reese is the dad. I
guess, but it's not okay. Yeah.
But if they have that information from the get-go, does that mean they've been hunting Kyle Reese his entire life? Like, shouldn't they have sent a Terminator back before Kyle Reese was born and kill his mother, and then just make a whole new Terminator franchise? Only it's like Sarah Reese or somebody who's chasing because his mom is named Sarah, and that's why he has a thing for her because he's got like an Oedipal complex.
Oh yeah.
His mom was named Sarah. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. See, it all ties together, man. Make it, instead of going back to square one and erasing the whole franchise, make it be like the Terminators. Skynet's like, dude, we try and kill this Sarah Connor every 10 years and we keep fucking it up. Let's try and kill this Kyle Reese guy. Because think about it, it's all about killing John Connor.
Right.
So let's not focus on the mother. Let's focus on the father. and try and kill Kyle Reese and his family.
But that means you get a trilogy of
Kyle Reese movies?
Well,
you can't get Anton the fuck to play him, because like I said, it's his parents.
Yeah,
so you can get whoever the fuck.
Yeah, that's true.
You can get any hot ass. Let's get Benedict Cumberbatch. He's hot right now. Let's get...
So here we go. Here's a nice little steamy scene here.
Is this again? Is there?
I do remember this on television. It was edited.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But then I finally saw when I rented it from the video
look, he's
store.
just going right. He's double fisting those.
Dude, this is the first time I would imagine this is the first time he's.
Oh my god, there is a little side boob. That's my side boob. Oh my god, there's some nudity in this movie. Yeah. It's been on. Ooh, she's like making that face. I apologize that I made that noise. You don't need to hear me. You don't need to hear me making that noise.
Not for nothing, but shouldn't this already be over? Like he should be.
This is his first. She just popped his. She just punched his V card probably.
We assume.
Yeah, you know what? I can see him getting laid in the future.
That chick that got killed,
that was his chick. That's why he puts his head down. He's like, no, like. Yeah,
Monica.
Monica. God. Yeah, you know what? He's old enough. He's
look, now they're
in Terminator Salvation, you know that little black girl? He's always carrying around, doesn't talk. You know why he's always carrying her around? Because he's waiting. So she's come of age. Yeah, that's why he's a fucking pervert. He hit that shit. When she hit like 18. Yeah, okay, there you go. So yeah, he's probably had sex before, but never like on a mattress with sheets.
Yeah.
With a woman who isn't covered in like scars or something like that. So yeah. So he's not even about like knock knock Sarah Connor.
This was just clean sex for him.
He's just yeah. He just kicks the door open and now we're talking about Brad Friedel. Is that the dude's name? Did the music?
Friedel. Yeah. Again, no knocking the dun 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 dun. Great piece of music, but right here you can't really hear it, but it's that very synthy 80s. Do you like this music? It works for the movie. I don't know. I dig it.
It does complement the movie, but it dates it.
It does date it. I'm not doubting that.
Like it clearly sounds like the dun dun dun. I can buy them using that music in Genisys because that's just a great piece of music. It doesn't sound 80s. It's just a great piece of score. But this is very dated. This wouldn't even work in Terminator 2. If you imagine the scene where fucking Eddie Furlong's riding his motorbike while Robert Patrick's chasing him in an 18-wheeler. Can you imagine that scene with it's just very dated. It will only work for this movie because this movie's just very dated. So yeah, Terminator. Okay. He's got the little metal dynamites, chasing him. Gray dynamites, sticks.
Yeah. Let's see. It's just.
All I can hear is this music. That's all I can think about. Those almost look like smoke bombs. Like, I don't see any explosion. It's just creating a lot of smoke. Is that what they're doing? It's like, he will follow us through the smoke.
Yeah, they're not very powerful explosives. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he says he built these, so clearly these are built to stop Terminators. I can't imagine these little bombs causing jack shit to those fucking treadmill tank robot machines.
Maybe a flesh wound.
Yeah. Because, oh, no. Oh. So, yeah, he scored a hit. Kyle! Damn it.
Well, now this is where Sarah's got to step up. She's got to kind of take the lead here. This is her first test.
So Michael Biehn gets killed. I mean, no spoiler alert. He eventually died. He was kind of like the Sean Bean. Hey, Michael Biehn. It's kind of like the Sean Bean of the day. He died in this. He died in Tombstone. He dies in Alien Part 3. He dies in.
He does die a lot.
He dies in The Abyss.
Yeah.
Did he die in Navy SEALs?
Did he?
I don't remember. But he died a lot back in the day. He was kind of the. If your name's Bean.
Okay, here's your callback.
Everybody, Mr. Bean, doesn't he die at every one of his skits?
Here's your callback to your what you said earlier.
Okay, you think he's okay?
He's fine. Just
oh wait, actually he wasn't. Actually, that eye was already there. So, but yeah, a little foreshadowing with some imagery. He runs over the little 18-wheeler, and then
his legs are all getting crumpled up and everything.
Yeah. Air brakes. But yeah, that dude, they did them the biggest favor by running him over.
Yeah.
Now, is this kid like hitchhiking? Like, why is this young kid just riding with his truck driver?
Son, maybe? I don't know.
Does he? It's the rule of the road. He's offering him again with the fucking blowies, man. I look at this and I'm imagining this kid's giving the truck driver blowies to get a ride. He's hitchhiking. That's what I see when I think of this. There's a lot of blowies going on behind the scenes in this movie. What?
Just get out.
Get out. That again is a running gag.
Yeah.
Robert Patrick says in part 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think he says it. Arnold again.
It's in the trailer. Like he smashes his head through the windshield.
Yeah. So again, come with me if you want to live. Your clothes. There's a lot of recurring gags in these things. So Kyle, why is she? Oh, because he's about to run the car. He's about to fucking run him over.
Yeah. He's got control of an 18-wheeler.
Yeah. So she's got to. That's her baby daddy.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, she's trying to rescue Reese, who can't even move, but he starts moving a little bit. Do you think he's just giving up? Like
he's exhausted from all the love making.
He's like, I put a baby in her belly, my job's done. He's just ready to call it. Like I came back to protect you, but what I really came back to do was fuck you, and mission accomplished. Hey.
Pop the Zippo. By the ladder.
Yeah. Just call it. Put the cigarette. Yeah, I'm done. Drop the microphone. I'm out of here.
I thought you had to make a bomb. Go do it.
Now, I think that shot of where Arnold looks up and sees the oncoming 18-wheeler, I think that was a wrap on Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You think so?
I think all this, because every scene we see from here in the truck...
That might be,
is animatronic.
Yeah. That's the last time we see Arnold.
And that's the last time we see it. So I think that was like, that's a wrap on Mr. Schwarzenegger. Call it a day. Because every scene we see of him all cut up with the cheek, I mean that looks okay because it's shot in shadow. Mm-hmm. It's very quick. We're only getting quick glimpses.
Ooh, the wire! I remember seeing the wire on the truck. You ever see that? Yeah,
that looks a little not so good. Not so good, Al. But that, I mean, because they're showing it in it's kind of like, the T-Rex, you shoot him in the rain, you shoot him in the dark, you sort of hide how bad it is.
Yeah.
But that shot in the mirror, where he's clearly in the light, and the camera is just lingering on his face, you can really stop and appreciate how not great it is. Appreciate how not great it is. This is some beautiful imagery of him on fire.
Oh, yeah.
Like that. I think I read somewhere, there's a little bit of trivia, don't quote me, but like this was, he sort of wrote it all around the scene of a robot, rising from the ashes or whatever you want to call it. Doc's kind of cool. You can almost tell it's Arnold.
Right.
Why he's just lying there? He's dramatic. He has detailed files on human drama. like logistically, what we know about Terminators, that wouldn't slow him down in the least. Mm-mm. But he's like, oh no, you got me, I'm dying. Or is he just mean? Like he's gonna fake her out? Like, I'm gonna let her catch her breath, and then I'm just gonna be like,
psych her out.
Boom. Yeah. Guess what?
Get her guard down.
Yeah.
It's his protocols. Get her guard down.
He's just fucking with her, man. He's just totally fucking with her.
Psychological warfare.
He's detailed files, on human psyche. He's a mean villain in this movie. There we go. Kyle Reese, he's still alive
for now,
rising from the ashes of all this shit. Sarah Harding. Oh wait, that's another movie. So she's like, "We did it, Reese. We did it. We beat him." We did it. We did it, Kyle. She calls him Kyle.
Now this image right here,
and this is pretty scary.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
With all the fire everywhere, it looks like apocalyptic.
And because like the metal kind of hangs on him, it looks like he's bigger than it is.
Yeah,
he looks like And this is again some Stan Winston work.
This is the first time we've seen the actual. This is the
first robot. Yeah, yes. This is the first time we see it. In Terminator 2, the movie starts out with just a shitload of these dudes walking around. Just a little stop motion. It's a little clunky when you look at it now.
But for the time, that was scary as shit.
For the time, that was scary, and for the time, it's hard to imagine that stop motion animation was actually scary because that's all we had. Mm-hmm. All the stop motion, all the Ray Harryhausen monsters, particularly like Medusa.
Yeah.
In Clash of Titans, the way it moved like that. Not like this, but what we just saw a minute ago.
Yeah.
But that motion scared the shit out of me in that movie. And this Terminator scared the shit out of me too. because we're years away from fucking golems and shit like that.
Yeah.
This was all we had, and
it works for the time.
It works for the time, yeah. A kid, a 12-year-old today who's watching this, be like, "Oh my god, how can you even be scared of this? It's so clearly fake." But when you're 8 years old or whatever watching this in the 80s or something,
it's a killing machine coming after you. Yeah,
totally.
Yeah,
it's limping too. What does he do? Oh yeah, he's trying to mask. You think that's what Jack Nicholson was trying to do?
So he can't track us.
There's a scene in Batman where Jack Nicholson's in the chemical plant. He's running from the cops, and he stops to turn on everything. He starts doing this exact thing, flicking switches and turning everything on.
Yeah.
And you're like, what's he doing? I guess he was doing this. He was like, the cops won't
just distract him.
Just distract him. Yeah. I guess I don't know. Yeah, because I always kind of equated those two scenes together, and I always cut Jack a pass. But apparently, whatever. Terminator's knocking the door down. It doesn't look like it's strong enough to be doing this.
Yeah,
because
it took him a while. Yeah.
I guess so. On your feet, soldier. On your feet. Yeah.
You can see the transformation of Sarah coming in.
Yeah, she's getting stronger. She's not going to leave a man behind because this is the first guy who hasn't stood her up on a Friday night. So yeah, like this is like just from the body up, that looks really real. It looks really good. I always
like the design of the endoskeleton.
Again, that he's doing the shark eye thing.
Yeah,
he's scanning around. All these 80s, the mechanical arm, the 80s robot thing, like inner space and shit. Yeah, I wonder if it's only built from the chest up, and there's literally just some like Frank Oz and is like underneath, holding his arms up. Something it's probably like a puppet
and on track or something. It's just kind of rolling.
Yeah, it's probably like puppetry.
Yeah,
because like this shit, like the real close-ups, this is really easy to shoot. When you think about it, there was only like one shot of the complete Terminator walking, one or two shots. Yeah,
well, it was a scan. The
rest of it is all. I think we might get a little bit. Kyle Reese tries to take a pole to him. I think we get another shot because this is all like just the head, close up. Just the torso.
I like how they knew to keep the teeth, and not make it like metal too, because that wouldn't make much sense.
So those aren't. I guess they are human teeth. You know what's funny? I never even noticed that. But you're right. He wouldn't.
Why would he have?
If
metal
he had
teeth?
metal teeth, he looked like fucking the new Joker.
The originator of the grill.
He looked like Jared Leto. Okay, yeah. So
Terminators making grills cool before they were cool.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a grill.
Yeah.
He's like he is a grill.
Yeah,
for everything but. So come on, motherfucker! Again, I don't remember. Okay, yeah, there we go. Here's another stop motion animation shot. Fucking
dude, you almost took his head off, man. Shit.
Yeah, forget shotguns and your stupid.
Notice I said almost.
Almost, yeah. Because he doesn't seem as formidable now that he's just a robot. Mm-hmm. When he's Arnold, he can run and jump.
But I think that's mainly because he was already injured or hurt, or
because he's limping.
Yeah. Because clearly all the skin does is just make him kind of camouflage.
That was the best bomb he made. Was that one?
Right.
That caused like the most fucking damage. Hey, the leg's right there, almost intact. They never talk about the leg. They always talk about that arm, the arm that lived, the arm that would be king, the one that caused all the fucking chaos in part 2 is that fucking arm. But there's a whole fucking leg right there. Why did they ever talk about the leg? They just kind of forgot it existed. Oh, she took a little shrapnel, like K-san. What does this have to do with Vietnam, man? What the fuck does anything have to do with Vietnam? So yeah, took a little shrapnel, but it's over. She's won.
It's over, right?
It's over.
Yeah.
Kyle, he gave his life. He sacrificed himself for her, man. Mm-hmm. Because his mission was accomplished.
Oh yeah,
it was a mission. Yeah, he
giggity.
He nailed his target, if you will. He nailed it all night long.
For all 30 seconds.
No, man. I think Kyle Reese.
Oh.
I think he's like Sting, man. I think he can go all night long, man. He can make love for like hours and hours and hours. Yeah. So for first Ginger,
and he's got good aim too. Apparently,
he never misses.
He never misses a target.
Oh, first Ginger. No,
it's
Kyle
not over.
Reese.
It's not over.
What are we gonna do now? Oh
Oh
shit! What are we gonna do now? So it's funny. Like they're both crawling.
Right.
Like she's got the shrapnel leg, and he's got
no leg.
Well, no legs. Yeah. So
he's got part of his leg in her leg. I don't know.
Maybe, right?
Yeah.
Probably. Does he have? Is he missing? Does he have both hands? I thought.
No, he's missing. His left hand's missing.
Okay, yeah. So he's all fucked up. But he fucking won't. He absolutely will not stop ever until
you are
dead, or until you put him in a compacting machine. But what are the odds of him walking right through one of those?
It's crazy, right?
Yeah. You think that was her plan, or you think she just keeps running and running, and by luck? She and again they pay a little homage to this scene a little bit in the third one, right? Where the Terminatrix, she gets the bottom half of her blown off, right?
I think so.
And it's just like a torso, chasing after John Connor, and then Arnold like you're terminated again, calling back. This movie's all about callbacks, man. Because I think it says the same thing to the Terminatrix, played by Christina Loken, something like that. Yeah. What do you think of her as a Terminator? She was a little bit Terminator, a little bit T-1000.
Yeah.
Like she was like a Terminator robot.
I liked it. I didn't have a
but
problem
instead
with it.
of covered in human tissue, she was covered in like T-1000.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a cool idea.
Yeah. It was different, but it was still made sense, I guess.
Yeah, I think they were just trying to keep the franchise fresh. Let's make it a chick.
Yeah.
And, and she can't reach that button. Like she's feeling it, but she's just not pushing it. You're terminated, fucker. She called him fucker.
Yeah.
Again, I every time I saw this as a kid, she just goes, "You're Terminator." Like it cuts her off. I never realized they were cutting off the fucker. It's been a long time since I've really just sat and watched this movie. My DVD copy.
Yeah.
Like I said, I saw this 100 times, but it was always recorded off like Fox.
No, earlier I was.
No! When the light goes out in his eye, it's like Johnny Five. Like no.
Right.
You see that? There you go. That is the arm that causes all the fucking problems.
Yeah.
But that leg never caused any problems. I'm guessing. I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's enough.
That's enough. Yeah, whatever. But you know what? Because a leg wouldn't fit in Eddie Furlong's backpack.
Right.
Carry around throughout the whole movie.
Yeah. Yeah, Kyle's in a body bag. Put him in a body bag.
Put him in a body bag, Johnny. Oh. But yeah, but you know what? His heart will go on. His seed, as we're gonna learn here in a minute, But she okay. Again, it raises further questions. Did he know he was supposed to do that? Did John Connor know he was supposed to do that?
Do what?
Impregnate his mother.
Oh.
Like, did he tell you, like, dude, like, I need you to go back and fuck my mother? Did he ever say that to him? He gave him a speech to memorize, all that, but I mean...
But clearly he knew he had to because he was already born.
Oh, I've gone cross-eyed again. she's making all these audio tapes.
Right.
Which are by the way like these old reel-to-reels that you could fit inside a little plastic thing called audio tapes.
Yeah.
In case you don't remember. But she's making all these tapes for John to grow up listening to.
Right.
And she says in a minute here, she's like, "Will I tell you about?" No, she does. She goes, "Will I tell you about your father? Will it change your decision to send him?" God, her person go crazy.
Yeah.
And she's like, "I guess I will tell you. He earned that, or he deserves that."
Yeah.
Because for the short time we spent together, we loved a lifetime. Yeah, right. Okay, you're right. So she does decide to tell John Connor. I guess this new movie's going to have to address that because it's that exact scene where Jay Courtney, fucker. Now there's a punch in the face, guy, punch in the chin. He's like, "Send me back. I'll protect her." And John's like looking at him like, should I send you back? So I guess they're gonna just make a decision whether or not John Connor says, I need you to go back and fuck my mother. It's the only time in history anybody's ever going to utter those words. I need you to fuck my mother in the past and in the vajayjay. So she decides, we loved a lifetime's worth. Good line. And again, she's learned dogs are good Terminator
detectors,
sniffer-outers. Detectors. That's a little better than sniffer-outers. So this kid,
the technical term.
Yeah, $5 for a fucking Polaroid, man. That's crazy. In the world of I took 20 selfies today.
But he's ashamed to ask for $5.
Or his father will beat him.
It's a pretty good hustle, kid.
And she's learning Spanish.
Yeah.
Her Spanish.
That plays out in part 2.
I guess it doesn't get much better. Siempre como culebra. It doesn't get much better. 10 years, her Spanish has slightly improved.
Maybe she just needs to know the basics just to get the point across with certain things. I don't know.
Yeah, but she has some really bad Spanish. What's his name? Enrique.
Yeah.
When she runs into Enrique, Uncle Bob. This is Enrique. There you go.
Uncle Bob.
Uncle Bob. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Yeah. And she's heading into a storm. Not the most subtle of metaphors.
A matte painting, whichever.
A matte painting, but I mean, that's literally her future. She's heading in. He's like, he says there is a storm coming. I know. Dun dun dun. Again, a little on the nose, but it works. It plays. Good way to end it. She's literally venturing into the future of
the unknown.
Yeah. This fucking movie here.
Well, so we're getting into the credits.
Talk about there's a good post-apocalyptic movie, and then we just saw really quick evidence of a bad post-apocalyptic. No, we already said we're watching this on Netflix.
Yeah, and Netflix pops up.
The credits are rolling now. It's let's suggest this movie. Netflix thinks that if you're a big fan of Terminator, you might also be a fan of Jean-Claude Van Damme's post-apocalyptic opus Cyborg.
Opus, yeah.
Also known as, which originally was supposed to be Masters of the Universe Part 2.
But we mentioned that on our Masters of the Universe commentary episode, yeah. No, but earlier...
But that movie has a cyborg in it. I mean, well, obviously it's called Cyborg. But I mean, it has a robot thing, and that movie came out after Terminator. And the fucking animatronics, or whatever you want to call it, the special effects to create the cyborg in that movie, fucking sucks compared to this. As hard as we're hitting the effects of this and how they're dated, they're way better than a lot of other movies that were around this time. So credit where credit is due. By today's standard, it's not great, but by the standards of its time, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And you're probably right. Stan Winston should be proud of what he accomplished in 1984.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
With this movie. I was coming down a little hard on him, but yeah, you're right. He did do some really good shit. That scared the fuck out of me as a kid. Of all the Terminator movies, what's your favorite?
I've been going back and forth in my head for a long time, but I'm thinking Terminator 2.
Most people would probably say Terminator 2.
Yeah.
I like this one better because maybe you said you saw Terminator 2 first. I saw this one first. So this introduced me to the universe of Terminator.
Yeah, but I think either one. If you say Terminator 1 or 2, dude, you can't go wrong with
Yeah, you're right.
But it's just more personal taste.
If you say, there you go, Stan Winston. If anybody says anything but 1 or 2, I don't think I need to know you anymore. I don't think I need to talk to you anymore.
We don't got anything in common.
Yeah. But I say this one because this one, like I said, it's a really well done script. It's really tight. And it's almost flawless. Whereas T2, I think Eddie Furlong is a really big weak link in that chain. Whereas this one has almost no weak links that you can hit it outside of the context of being made in 1984.
Yeah,
it's just really, really, really well. James Cameron, this was like his first really big movie. I think he worked partly on Piranha Part 2.
Yeah,
and I think they fired him and someone took over. He hadn't done a whole lot of stuff, but he was, and then this was like his idea. He co-wrote it, and I want to say it was Paramount wanted to make it, but they said we want to make it, but without you, because I guess he just wasn't proven as a director yet. And he was like, "Thanks, but no thanks." He goes, "I'm not going to make this movie unless it's me doing it."
Yeah.
And he held out, and he got to make the movie, and he made a great movie.
Yeah,
that still holds up. That
he had faith. He had confidence in himself to
that
make
25, 26 years later, we're making more of them still.
Mm-hmm.
5 movies.
They're about to be wiped out, but hey, it's okay.
5 movies in a TV show that's like, 6 seasons of the movie. 1984. Yeah, Terminator. Great film.
I think there's a new Terminator TV show coming out too.
For real?
Yeah, I think that was
I haven't
another.
heard about that.
I think that was another news I got. It keeps getting overlooked because of Genisys coming out. But
you would think like one publicity about one can only help the other. Like no such thing as bad publicity.
Yeah. Hey, real quick though, there was a bit earlier we were talking about Salvation and why was Kyle Reese number 1 on the targeting list. Someone had asked a question on the IMDb message boards, like, why don't they just kill why doesn't Skynet just go out and kill Kyle Reese? Well, if you do that, they're kind of jeopardizing their own, because if Kyle Reese doesn't go back, they don't go in that little. There's a possibility of that little fight scene not happening. This climax of the scene when the hand gets he gets crushed, and they then Cyberdyne Systems get the hand and the chip. That may not have happened if they kill Kyle Reese. He would never go back, and so they kind of have to have Kyle Reese go back.
Well, again, we could go in circles all day about these. Like the only way for Skynet to be created is for Skynet to go back and create itself. It's what it all boils down to. So, just go in circles with the whole time travel thing. This one in particular, because a lot of it is very cause and effect. Like if Kyle Reese doesn't go back, John Connor can't be born, kind of a thing.
Right.
But like the Terminator, if they don't send a Terminator to kill Sarah Connor, then Kyle Reese won't get sent back to protect her. Kyle Reese won't impregnate her to create John Connor.
Right.
So they'd be better off just sitting still. But if they sit still, they won't get created themselves. So it's a lot of catch. It's just going in circles. It gives me a headache thinking about it.
And on that note, I think we're
on that.
But I don't know. With all that being said, the Terminator franchise, it is what it is, man. It's one of the best movie franchises out there, regardless of the hits or misses that it might have had down the road. Mm-hmm. But
I will say that James Cameron's Terminator, is pretty solid and flawless and holds up. The other two movies, not so great. And then not even the movies, but fucking comic books, video games. The Terminator has fought RoboCop in the comics, and all that kind of shit. This exists in a lot of forms of media. Yeah. We didn't even touch on any of that stuff. We just kind of focused on just the film franchise.
I had action figures of Terminator.
Right, it was toys.
Yeah. I had the video game on Genisys.
I had RoboCop vs. Terminator on my Game Gear.
Did you? Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so we're just kind of rambling now.
Okay,
But thanks again for tuning in to another commentary episode of Pop Culture Rewind. If you want to check out some of our past commentary episodes, is popculturerewind.podbeam.com. Also, check us out on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. Just do a search for Pop Culture Rewind. You'll find our channel on there. Subscribe to us. We do kind of pop these up on YouTube as soon as we can, just to make it easier for people to access, maybe to watch them, whenever they can.
Yeah,
but
you're surprised how many times I tell people about the podcast, and sometimes they're like, "How do I listen to a podcast?"
Yeah, so
if I just said it's on YouTube, they'd be like, "Okay."
Yeah, YouTube's the most accessible one, but we actually we also did an exclusive YouTube commentary for Jurassic Park, but
yeah, we did.
Yeah, but hey, it's out there. So,
it's out there.
Yeah. So, but anyway, until next time, always remember to pop your culture.
From a future where men must hide underground has come a machine wrapped in flesh who kills but cannot be killed. Arnold Schwarzenegger is Terminator, an assassin from the 21st century sent back through time. His target is a woman who holds the key to the future. Her only hope is a soldier who has hunted the Terminator from the future into the present.
It's not a man. Machine. Terminator.
What does it want to be?
It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear. And it absolutely will not stop Ever. Until you are dead.
Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator.